Okay. I'm going to switch to my other camera. Oh, here comes Thomas. Hey, Thomas. Hi, Alicia.
Well,
Sorry, I had to clap my hands at my cat. He was thinking about jumping on our table. Just maybe there's something good up there. Hi, you guys. How are you doing? Good. Hey, oh, Dita, what a cute dog. Oh my gosh. Are you telling me your dog was on the table?
he was underfoot. So I was having to move back, move around.
He's really
He's getting
cute.
underfoot. He's now off to the side.
He's adorable. I love dogs. Okay, so we're going to get started and I'm going to switch to the other camera. And I've already started recording. Hopefully you guys got a little message to click. Welcome. Section 1, Tai Chi. Good to see you all. We're going to go ahead and start with the review. And I've spotlit myself, but first we're gonna review together, and then I will watch you guys do the movement. So I'm going to go in the same direction. I'm going to start with prepare. Okay, so feet together, step out, shoulders width. Set your body first. Start with the feet. Make sure you can feel your toes. Grip the ground with your toes and then release the toes. Shift your weight around, get the right spot in the middle. Make sure your feet are evenly distributed on the sides. Relax the hip area, relax the back and the waist area. Make sure your knees are open, hands on the side, little space in the arms. Round the shoulders, sink the chest, extend the middle finger and lift the head. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Flatten the hands. Pull with the left, follow with the right. Circle to 9 o'clock. Circle in, pressing down. Now turn your left foot as you make your hook. Step out, rotate. Strike. Upright torso. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to set my own view for gallery. Am I still spotlit for everybody?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to call it a little more detail this time. Let's just start from prepare. Opening. Rotate shoulder, arms and lift. Slowly come down as if like a wave in the ocean. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift and open. Shift and sit. Circle and step. turn and lift, hand should be tilted. Ward off right, shift a little, turn the left foot, rotate the left arm back, rotate the right leg. Bring your foot in step as you close, ward up in the front knee. Roll back, rotate evenly to the right corner. Now swing to the left, shifting your weight to the back leg. Press, circle in the arm, turn and face 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock, extend out. Push, square the shoulders. Come back as if over a ball. Push back from the back leg up through the front. Single whip, shift and flatten. Bend the left elbow, right hand follows. Turn, keep swinging the arms to 9 o'clock. Circle in the left, meet in the middle. Go up and make your hook, rotate the left arm, rotate the left leg. Now step wide as you rotate with the elbow and the arm, and then strike as you bend your knee. How did that feel? Looks like good postures from what I can see. Any
Phil,
questions?
best one yet. Best one ever.
Good, good. We'll do best out of 3 out of 3, huh?
Yep.
One more time, this time with no comments, just the names. From prepare. Opening. Grasping a bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Nice. Okay. I'm going to watch you guys. I'm going to switch my camera. Alicia, do you have any questions? Dita, any questions?
My knee thing, just working around it a little, that's all. I have to kind of like, when I do the single whip and stuff, I just have to like work with what it lets me do, that's all.
Are you doing the modification step?
Oh, yeah, I think I am, yeah. I think it's what my body's doing naturally, I'm pretty sure.
Good, good. How about you, Dita? Any questions? Any areas that are hard for you about any of this? I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
It's just gonna take practice. I always feel with grasping the bird's tail that I step out and I it's not smooth. I always feel like I step out the weight shift and I kind of go thump.
You fall into it.
It does not feel smooth.
It's probably a control issue. It could also be a weight shifting.
Yeah, percentage of
Before
the weight.
before we go into that, let's experiment a little bit. Let's take a look before we go beyond that. Okay, so first of all, let's do it together, and I'm gonna you're talking about just turning here, right? Okay, so you're talking about this part or this part? The first. Okay, so let's go together. I'm going to face this direction so you can see my side view. You guys do the usual direction. So we'll do it together. So everyone stand up, prepare. We just finished opening. shift to the left, open the right foot, shift to the right, sit, bend both knees. Or is your left knee lined up with your left leg, or are you leaning your body to the right too much? You want to have your weight, I'm going to face the camera. You want your weight separated. So I don't want to be like this. I want to be like that. That's one. Okay. From there. So we've turned our foot and we've sit, meaning our knees are bent and they're separated. Now shift your weight more to that right leg so you can balance on one leg, pick up the left and step, but don't move forward yet. Put the heel down. Now put heel ball toe. Now shift forward and bend the knee. Let's do it again. Shoulders width. Standing straight, grasping the bird's tail, ward off left, just the first footwork. 1, shift and open the right foot. 2, shift and sit, bending both knees. 3, shift a little more so you could pick up the left foot, step, heel first. Don't put your weight on the left foot yet. Now put more weight on it, flatten the foot, now shift. Now let's try it not so slowly with so much disjointing. Try it again. Okay. 1, shift to the left, open the foot. 2, shift and sit. 3, more weight on the right leg, step with the heel. 4, roll on the foot. 5, bend the knee. How did that feel, Dita?
That's much better. I think I step and shift instead of stepping
And then
and
shift.
then shifting. I just go boom right to that. It's too fast and it
Well,
balances.
I used to do the same thing. And what I realized over time, my teachers were always saying heel, ball, toes, bend knee. And I thought I was doing it, but I was doing that all at once, kind of. Like my weight was already there and then, yeah, bend the knee, it was already bent, right?
Yeah.
But what I wasn't thinking about was the gradual, and this is like a really agonizingly slow way to look at it, but it's effective. Heel, ball, bend. Heel, ball, bend. Or heel, ball, toe, bend. Heel. Now I'm in the middle, weights in the middle, bend. So from this direction, I'm going to go up close. So if you watch my hips, I'm in the back. I'm standing like, I started like this, right? So my knees are bent. I'm trying to keep my weight on the right leg so I can control my left leg and my weight. Shifting. I haven't bent the front knee yet, but my foot's flat now. Bend. When I shift into that front bend, I have to have a strong back leg too. There's another thing that I think we don't always think about when we do Tai Chi is that both legs need to be strong and active. And I used to think that it was just, I don't know, I was trying to stay relaxed, so I wasn't really keeping a strong leg. I thought that would be rigidity. So there's a difference between relaxation and being nimble and strong, right? So we don't want our knees locked, but that doesn't mean we want to be flaccid, right? So sometimes for myself, I have found that if I think about a strong athletic leg, and then I step, and then I move forward, this leg is still strong, even if more of my weight is in the front leg. And if you concentrate on some of that, that can help too, so that you can keep strong, to keep that stance. And then I found that it was easier to control my weight if I really focused on get the weight over that standing leg first, so you can control the left foot. And don't reach out to step the whole weight until you are ready. Okay. So I hope that helps. Alicia and Thomas, did you have anything?
No.
How is single whip going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay,
Seems fine.
okay,
I just,
Okay.
I just gotta work with the knee, but aside from that, it's fine.
okay. All right, could I watch you guys all do grasping the bird's tail through single whip, and I'll just observe. I'm gonna switch to my other camera and I'll call the moves for you and see if there's anything I wanna have us work on a little bit. Okay. So start from prepare. Or we're gonna do, we'll do prepare. So get into prepare and then we'll do opening and then grasping the bird's tail and single whip. Okay. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, thank you. There are a couple things we can work on. You guys have obviously been practicing. That's really great. I'm glad to see that. Okay, so let's see. A big improvement, by the way, guys, Alicia and Thomas, on your continuous, but not completely without breaking of your segments.
Yeah.
So, you observed it, excellent. Let's do single whip again. So when this is kind of simple, this is easy to fix. So when you come around, I'm going to face you. I'm going to go my way. Let's see. Okay, from here, I'm going to start turning. And I come around. I want to keep my hands going the same speed. So I don't want to go really fast and then slow down. We try to keep the turning as fast as everything else. So a measured turn, that takes a lot of practice. Then from here, the hands actually come down a little. They press right about here, like right at the bottom of your chest. So they're not like this level. They're more like here. That's the pressing down, no lower than, right below your chest. So from here, we pull evenly, smoothly, shoulder height, and then we come circling in. And as we do that, our hand comes down to press. And then we rise again as we go up to make a hook, and then we rotate. We step out. We have to keep that arm at the 45-degree corner. And then we open slightly to make the strike. Right? And then when we finish, our torso needs to be upright. So you might have to tuck your hip a little bit to do that. So let's practice that. So smoothness, continuous, even spinning, press down at chest, and then it goes back up. So you should show this. So it kind of comes up from up to down and then back up, like a bowl kind of, or a valley. Okay. Let's do it together. Single whip. Good. That looked better. One more time. Start with a good lean. You gotta lean and match the line of your body first. Okay, here we go. Flatten the hands and let's pull. Pulling, throwing, pressing down, striking, warding off, strike. Good, that looked a lot better. That was smoother. Does it feel different?
Yeah.
Any questions? Anything not clear? Okay. Okay. Well, today we are going on to another movement. Unless there's anyone who has a question or wants a little more practice on this. Are we good? That looks really good, Thomas. Nice. It's beautiful. Very nice. Okay. So today, I'm sorry, did someone say something? Oh, okay. Okay. So today we're going to do raise hand, step forward, and I'll show you what it looks like. So after single whip, we come back, we shift to our right leg so we can turn our left foot. This turns our body forward, but we don't change our arms yet. So like with some moves where we adjust our body, our arm is going to float with it. So keep the shape, shift, turn the left foot to 45 degrees. This is going to turn both arms. So now they're kind of both pointed to corners. This one's a little past corner now. Then from here, I'm going to shift to my other leg. And as I do that, I'm going to open my hook. So now I've got two hands in a pushing out position. They're not locked straight. There's a little curve as usual. And I'm on my left leg. Now I'm on the ball of my right foot. From here,
Are you at 3 and 9 there?
I am at, no, 3 and 9 would be wide open.
Okay.
These are both to the corner. So
Okay.
130 and 1030.
Okay.
Okay. But notice the hands are up. They have to be up like this. We call this a seated hand or a push hand. From here, I'm going to push back off my ball of my foot as I circle big, and then I bend my elbows and I'm going to step with my heel. And as I close my arms, I roll onto my foot and I come forward a little bit. And we have a new stance for this. I'll show you also from this angle. So it looks like this from the side. Raise hands. Step forward. So what we're doing is we're coming from a bow step, and we're transitioning to what we call a nifty stance or a 1 line 2 side stance. So to do that, I'm going to turn my left foot in. So now I've got both feet going to a 45 degree angle. And then I'm going to turn my hips a little bit. So now I'm facing 12 o'clock and bring in my right foot and switch to the heel. Step out on the heel. I'm going to touch with the heel and then I'm going to roll onto the heel. And the 1 line 2 sides part, let's look at it this way. If you can look at my feet, I'm going to point the camera down. Okay, so this will be too close. They're just squished together. With 1 line 2 sides, we want the separation between our heels to be as close as possible without touching. So it might look like this, or as close as you can get. It depends on you and your shoes. So there's always 1 foot to the side, the back foot, just like in the bow step, the back foot is to the corner. And the front foot is either going to be on the ball or the heel. So like this. In this case, we're going to do the ball. When we do, we're doing the heel. When we put the heel down, we're not going to have the foot totally flat. So I have to lift the front a little bit. The other thing about this is that most of the weight is going to be in my back leg. So that's going to look like this. So if I go from a bow step like this, and I want to first I transition, I come in, And then I step back out on the heel and I put some weight on that heel. I extend my leg to the normal length, but I don't put the whole foot down and then bend my knee. I don't shift my weight forward. I keep my weight back. About 70% of my weight is in my back, this left leg. Like this way. If I turn this way, notice where my hip is. I want my hips centered as much as I can over my back leg. So I can balance on one foot. And then I do want some weight in the front leg. So how do I do that? If I'm just sticking it out there, is there no weight at all? Well, what use is it, right? So I'm not just touching, I'm actually putting a little weight into it. To do that, I'm going to fold a little bit from my the crease in your hip, where your hip and your leg meet. Just fold slightly and think about putting pressure on that foot, but not like this. So I'm not going to roll onto it and send my body forward, my whole body. I'm going to keep my back leg where it is, and I'm going to just put some pressure down. And that would be about 30%.
But so is the upper torso upright or leaning a bit, or what's the upper torso?
It's leaning, and I'll show you with a better view.
Back.
Yeah, it's slightly forward, but not a lot. I'll show you. So this is our normal lean, right? I'm going to go with my lean. So if this is my lean, I want the back to be in line with my leg down to my heel. If I'm going to show you what it should look like. I'm going to come back without changing my back, pick up my foot, step back out in a narrower stance, and then I'm going to push down a little bit.
Okay.
So it's very slight. And if you can also think about just putting pressure on it. You see that? Think about tamping down a mole hole in your yard, or tamping on you're planting bulbs or something. You put the seed in and you step on it.
Yeah.
You're not going like this.
Right.
You're just tapping it. It's that kind of pressure. But that amount of pressure gives us an opportunity to connect with the earth and keep our energy coming up through that leg and the back leg mostly, but also this leg, and gives us more energy to finish our move. Okay. So let's do the empty stance a few times. So again, let's start with shoulders width apart. We're just going to have our feet parallel. This is a new step for you, so this will be an intro. So I want you to shift to the right and open the left foot, or rather this side, to 45. Shift to that side, pick up the other leg, bring it in, and step out with the heel. Put the heel down. And just put pressure on it. Now I want you to turn the back foot forward, and then bring the front foot back, or the front foot forward, back foot forward, and see if they line up so that they're pretty close together. Or did you cross your feet and they're running into each other? So I'll show you what we don't want. We don't want to do this. So I step over here, I step out, and I step in the middle of my back foot. Then when I try to test myself, I have run into my own feet.
Oh.
You see that? So we don't want to do this. We don't want to twist ourselves. So when you step out, you have to have a little space between the heels. So this is the part that takes practice with this move, is learning how to step out. So for now, I want you to look at your feet when you're doing this. Step forward, straight in a little bit to the right of your back heel and forward. And then put your heel down without putting the ball of your foot down. Keep your toes up, in other words.
I just did that. You told me.
Does that make sense?
Here, like this?
Yeah.
So let's try it with the ball as well. Let's switch to the other foot. So stand with your feet shoulders width apart. Let's switch to the opposite side. Open that other foot to the right, to the 45-degree corner. Shift the weight, pick up the other foot, bring it in, and then step out with the ball. Put the ball down, the ball in the toes, but don't put the heel down. Okay, so now test yourself. Put the whole foot down, turn the cornered foot straight, and either pull it up or bring it back. You should have like no more than an inch or two apart. Okay, does it look like it's working as far as getting the measurement? The harder part with this really is understanding the weight distribution and making it feel like something. So there are a couple of mistakes that people make with this. And one is they step forward and they do what I just showed you. They step forward and they come like this. They bring all of their weight into both feet, right? So 70% of the weight stays back here. So even if you're putting more of the weight, a little bit of weight forward, you're not going to shift your back leg. You're not going to shift this back leg forward. Just press down, bend a little bit more here if you like, right here, you know, if you need to. Keep your head up though, okay? So we're not going to do this. That would be too much. So the other thing people do a lot with this is they stick their rears out like this. Okay, that would not be correct. That's way far extended. So keep it your usual knee bend and then, you know, line it up over the.
Feeling butt, that's all that happened. That was all it was.
You should see Master Young demonstrating what people do wrong. It's hilarious. You know, he's really funny. It's just a very comical, I mean, you know, like they're reared way over to the side or something. So, okay, so there are a couple of things that I've shown you what like not to do. That'll give you a clue about how far to go, not to go. Okay, as far as the arms are concerned, well, first of all, let's work on the footwork for just this move again. So we start from here, we're in a bow step from single whip. So get into the end of your single whip posture. So you're in a left bow step, meaning your left knee is bent. Okay, shift to the right leg a little bit, shift to the middle or to the right so you can pivot on the left heel. Now shift back to the left heel, bring in the right foot and then step back out and put down the heel. And put 30% of weight on it. Let's do it again. Go back to a left bow step with a bent knee. Actually, we start with an erect back in this one. Okay, shift to the right, bend the right knee, turn the left foot. Shift back to the left, bring in the right, step out with the heel, and roll onto the heel. Keep your toes off the floor. Okay, that doesn't mean doesn't mean half the foot, it just means the toes. Okay, let's do it again. This time let's add, I just want to do it with the arms without doing all the movement yet. Okay, so we're going to shift to the right, turn the left foot, shift back. That means pushing off the right ball of the foot, pick up the foot, and then step out and put the heel down. You see how that feels just with the lower body? Okay. All right, the arms. Let's work on the arms. So we go from a hook to the 45-degree corner and a strike till 9 o'clock. And we're going to be turning our body. We're going to release the hook and we're going to keep the hand up. Okay. Now, when we do this, the right hand will be slightly higher than the left hand. So they're not going to be exactly the same. So the hook is higher than the strike hand. So when you turn and you release the hook, you don't have to lower it. And there's a reason for that. The reason is because when we do this movement, this right hand is going to be the top hand. It's going to be higher than the left hand. So from here, we make big circles, we come back levelly, horizontally, drop the elbows, and then we come forward and we kind of cross the hands. So they cross like this. So from the side, it would look like this. So I would come back and then out and cross a little bit, but I don't mean cross like that, okay? Like about here.
Yep.
The right hand is in this angle, and the left hand is pointing toward the left or the right forearm, kind of. But it's not flat. It's not flat like this. It's tilted also. What we're doing with this movement is we are creating, if someone grabs my arm or my shoulder, then I'm going to come back and slam on both sides of their elbow. So above their elbow and below their elbow. So you can either control their arm or break their arm, whichever you think you need to do. So we come back. We shift to the left and release the hook. Keep the right hand up. Now make big circles as you bring in your foot and step out with your heel. And then finish closing the arms. And I'm going to show you from the side. So the circles are like this. So I come over, I shift my weight, I open the hook, big circles. When I make my circles, I'm not going to come like that. I'm not going to overexpose myself. I want to keep my posture. So I have to keep my posture by doing it to the side and shifting my weight back. Then when I step out, I close the energy. The energy for this move comes from the side. It's like this or like that. That's the energy. It's not pushing out energy, it's side. So we're gathering energy. We come back, we're like this. We come back to get more energy. That's why we come back when we bend our elbows. And then as we come forward and turn, we close. So let's practice it a few times from single whip. So 1, shift to the right leg, turn the left foot. 2, shift to the left, release the hook, bring in the foot. 3, circle and step with the heel. And 4, close as you put a little pressure on that. Actually, we probably should make the last bit 1 count. Let's do that again. Okay, from single whip. 1, shift and turn. 2, shift and release the hook. 3, big circles, bring in the foot. And 4, close. Okay, let's do it again. This is called raise hands, step forward. 1, shift a little, turn the left foot. 2, shift, open the hook. 3, circle and step. So your hands are basically closed, but you haven't completely finished the movement. And let's add 4. 4, turn the upper body a little bit. So I'm gonna do it from this side. Let's do it together. 1, shift and turn. 2, open, release the hook. 3, circle. 4, turn. Now, one thing I want to show you with what we aren't trying to do a lot, this is what we're not going to try to do. So we're not going to come around, do this, and then go reach forward. We are going forward, but part of what looks like we're going forward is the turn of the body. The right hand's on top, remember? So the right hand's extended. So when we come in and back, the forward part, yes, we're going forward as we put down our heel. But then we stop moving forward and then we're just reaching because we've turned.
So
Okay,
the hand comes forward, the hand comes forward because of the rotation, not because of.
exactly. And that is where the energy is. That's right. So we come in, well, we shift, drop the hook, circle, step, turn the body. When we turn the body, we are going to bring in the energy in. This is called split energy. So it's kind of like a good description of it's like when you clap and you miss, like clap, but you're instead of hitting, you miss. If you were doing that to someone's elbow, you'd break it, right? So you can imagine that if you have gathered your energy and you're ready and you turn your body at the right moment, you will have a fair amount of energy to deliver a pretty hard blow to someone's elbow. And the reason we're using an empty stance is because this is a very close movement, right? Someone is right next to you and you don't have a lot of pivoting room. So maybe they're right here. They're putting their arm on you and you're gonna be really close to them and break it. Okay. The other thing I want to tell you, well, let's do this a few more times. Let's go ahead and do it. 1, shift, turn the foot. 2, shift, open the hook. 3, circle, step with the heel. 4, turn. The other thing is I want the arms to be a little bit high, and they are. And they are lined up in your center, but you notice that your body is turned to the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we turn to the corner, we're not going to turn the hip with it.
Oh, no hip?
Nope, we're going to turn the torso.
Okay.
Okay, so that could look a little bit funny at first. So we come in, we step back, we shift, close, turn. I'm trying not to turn my hip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm turning, and there might be a tiny bit of hip, but mostly I want to try to turn my torso. This is a torso movement. That's where you're going to get your strength. Come back, open, step, close. And I'm still looking straight ahead. One thing that I have a tendency to do is to turn and look the way I'm turning my torso, but you want to look straight because that's where your opponent is. So you're finishing, you're closing your arm straight and you're looking straight. Any questions about this so far? No? Does it make sense?
Oh, so okay, so do it again. So if I'm gonna like come at you and
Well, like
start.
grab my shoulders.
Yeah, okay.
Just grab it.
Okay, but like, so the force, so my force is like I'm coming at you.
That's a really powerful move.
It helps me to know how I'm hurting someone.
Yeah, I get it. I know. Well, even if we're not going to do all these. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Just thinking it's just being a woman in a man's world. I have to think about how I might actually hurt somebody.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, and even if we don't actually use these things for martial arts per se, it gives purpose, like I've said, and it makes it more interesting. So if you understand where you're going to be hitting, so imagine someone's arm is this high, they've grabbed you either here or here, and you have to come up with one hand high and one hand lower because you've got to get on both sides of their joint or their arm, right? So that's going to be high and low. Okay, let's do it a few times. Let's try to smooth it out. I'm going to go the same direction as you. Let's see. Which way did I end up? Here, hold on. Let's see. shoot, I forgot one thing. I guess I'm like this, oh my gosh. That's not gonna be useful for you. Okay, I'm gonna go from here. Okay. Raise hand, step forward, 1 shift, 2 shift back, open the hook, 3 circle and step, 4 turn. Let's do it again. Question? Okay. 1 shift, turn, 2 shift, open, 3 step, close, 4 turn. Now I want to try to combine the last 2 movements together because we don't want to break the energy too much. So 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 and 4 step, close and turn. And your hands should be pointed in front of you straight. So your center, yeah, like in front of your face, straight. Okay, let's do it again. 1 shift, 2 drop the hook, 3 circle and close and turn. Okay, I'm gonna do it from the side. 1, 2, 3. How's the empty stance going? Does it feel a little weird?
I'm a little discombobulated still.
Okay. One thing that sometimes helps me when I do this is to kind of keep my leg, my front thigh a little bit firmer. So I'm not tempted to like lean into it and bend too much. But I wouldn't lock your knee. You'd be sorry about that. Okay, let's do it again. Raise hand, step forward. 1 shift, 2, 3. Okay, let me watch you guys do that a couple times, just this movement. From single whip. 1, shift and open, 2, shift to release the hook, 3, close and step and turn. Good, let's do it again. I don't know if anyone else is doing, I can't quite tell, but when you finish, make sure your face is looking forward where your hands are. Yeah. Okay, you want to look your enemy in the eye. Okay, ready? From single whip, raise hand, step forward. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, let's do it again. And this time, I want to see a little more turn in the torso when you step out. So let's see, from here. 1, 2, 3. See that? So forward. I look like I'm kind of, oh, not square, but I come in, turn. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'll call it from single whip. Raise hand, step forward. 1, shift, 2, drop the hook, 3, circle and step and close, turn the body. Better.
My knee won't let me be in the right position at the end.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me what you're doing?
I'm trying.
No, well, show me. What are you doing? Is it the left knee?
Yeah, my left knee's like, please don't put all that weight on me, like, please shift forward. So I'm I'm not like I have to just strengthen it to get it used to being in that position. Like I'm as high as I can be.
Okay, hold on a second here. Can you show me again?
Yeah. Okay, so
The left knee is the one that has the problem, right?
you're on to the middle seat. So it's here I am.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And it's the left knee that hurts.
Yeah, it just won't, I just can't go below a certain place, and when I'm up above it, it's not as stable or something. I don't know.
Okay, I want you to do it again, and I want you to shorten your bow step first. And then
Okay.
when you step out, so shorten it right there and make it shorter. That means, yeah. Okay, now switch, go ahead with the movement. Bring in the left leg, keep the weight on the back as much as you can. Now don't step very far forward with that heel, just barely in front of you.
Yeah, that's better. I mean,
Does it feel easier?
It's easier, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not
Okay.
very, but yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's do it again. Let me see you do it again. Start with a shorter bow step. Because you looked like you had a pretty good bow step before, and I remembered that you were going to do shorter ones so you wouldn't bother your knees so much. Okay,
Yeah.
start shorter. Okay, go ahead, shift, turn, bring it in, step very shortly out. Okay, now I want you to turn the other direction so I can see you sideways when you step into your empty stance. Okay, that's fine. Okay, shift. Shift again, step out with the heel, bring it in, and then step out. Okay, stop there. Bring it back a lot, like a good 6 inches. Bring your leg back. Stop there. Okay. Now I want you to shift your weight more to your back leg.
Yeah, I mean. It's better, I don't know.
Does it hurt when you shift more weight onto your back leg?
If I go too low, yeah.
Because I'm wondering if it's the weight on the leg or if it's the distance between the legs. Because I think when you step out a little far, it puts more strain on it.
Shorter distance was helpful, yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I think if you stick with that, that will at least help you keep working. And what you want is to get the principles of Tai Chi, keep doing it without having to like not do certain things at all. So it's better to not bend your knee much or to do it almost straight and do it short than it is not.
Got
it. And we can do things like, I'll show you another example. When you have like a stress joint. I work with senior centers, and there are a lot of people that have mobility issues. And so we're coming up with a lot of ways to adapt so that you can continue and you still understand the essence of what you're doing. So let's say you really can't bend your knees at all, or it's just, it's very uncomfortable, or your weight's really precarious. If you were going to do Tai Chi and you wanted to not stress those joints, let's say you don't really even bend, maybe you have a slight bend in your knee, but you want a leg out. So you're going to keep it shorter. If you do this, you have to bend. Something's got to bend, right? So bring it in. And then the other thing you can do is if you cannot bend that front knee because it's hurting a lot, shift your weight, let it come up over the middle section, or even forward if you must. With this movement, I want you to try to keep it more in the back and barely touch the bottom of your foot.
Yeah, I understand.
Don't worry too much about the weight on the foot right now. Keep the weight.
Yeah, I think that thing you just said there is what my body is sort of doing naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I see is that it looks a lot further out.
Yeah, what I mean is like, when it's closer together, it's doing that thing naturally.
Right, and I can't always tell from cameras exactly how far out is out. It's just like what it looks like to me. So
yeah.
Let's practice. Does anyone have any other questions about all this? No? Okay, we're gonna practice the whole form. From, let's start from, prepare. And we will go through raise hand, step forward. First, get in a good posture. Set the tone for your Tai Chi. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Opening. I'm sorry, roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hand, step forward. Okay. Let's do it again. I'm going to go a different direction. Okay. From prepare. Opening. Grasping the bird's tail, ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Shoulder height. Pressing down at the chest, come back up. Raise hand, step forward. Shift. Open the hook, big circle, step. Turn. How did that go?
That was better. It is definitely easier when it takes smaller steps.
Excellent. I know, right? Anything that reduces pain, yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a win because if you just ignore it and keep doing it, it just gets worse.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So listen, there's an announcement. Tomorrow morning is the 11 o'clock full form practice, and then it's an exercise. It's whatever people want to work on after that. I'm filling in for Alan tomorrow, who's away. So I'll be doing that at 11 online. If you guys go to that, I don't know, but anyhow, hope to see somebody there. And we're still in the month of February, so all the existing usuals. Dee Dee's doing section 1 and 2. Section 1 on Tuesdays at 9:30, and then there's the full form practice at 7 p.m. Tuesday evening. And I think that's about all the current new stuff that's going on at the moment. Then there are all the other regular classes. Oh, and then of course you may not know, but Rita's classes. I think she's doing section 2 on Mondays. Not positive about that, if she's 2 or 3, but I think she's doing section 2. Okay, so it was really nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm seeing really good progress, so I'm glad about that. Keep practicing. It's good to see you, Dita. If anyone has any questions, I'm here for a few minutes afterwards. So let's close. Thanks very much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. See you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Deeta. Guys, nice to see you.
See you.
Take care, everybody.